Roger Goodell, an NFL commissioner, gave his State of the NFL press conference on Wednesday in Houston for Super Bowl 51. The NFL Network reported that Commissioner Goodell said that Las Vegas was still viable. Roger Goodell did not make that statement at all. This is what Roger Goodell said in response to questions. Here's the first one. The Raiders started the approval process to move to Las Vegas, though the latest news seems to put the situation in peril. Is the NFL confident that Las Vegas remains a viable location for the Raiders? And after decades of avoiding or opposing gambling, do the owners and league officials believe that legalized gambling and the NFL can coexist? Commissioner Goodell said in your first question, we hadn't made a determination about Las Vegas as an NFL market. That's part of the relocation process. The Raiders submitted an application. It's one that we're considering carefully, but there is a great deal of work to be done, and there are several elements of that. Financing of the stadium is just one. Obviously, the stadium project itself, the depth of the market, all those things that we studied now over the last several months, but that will increase intensely over the next month or so as we move forward in that process. A second, as it relates to whether gambling can coexist with the NFL. In fact, it does. It's happening today. It's sponsored by governments. It exists throughout our world. What we have always said is we need to make sure that there is a fine line between team sports gambling and the NFL. We want to protect the integrity of our game, and that's the line we will always do. The other question was this. It was regarding Las Vegas. He said, for the past 20 years, I've asked this question, when will Los Angeles be getting an NFL team? And now I'm tempted to ask, when will Los Angeles stop getting NFL teams? Just following on Barry's question, though you detail the process in the coming weeks about evaluating Las Vegas market, are you confident that you can complete that evaluation or complete that evaluation, in time for the vote in the March meetings? And I'd also ask, if Las Vegas were to fall through, could San Diego be the viable option for the Raiders? And he said a couple of things. One, we are confident that our process is thorough, that will examine all of the issues that need to be examined and make the best possible decision for the ownership. If for some reason we can't complete that by March, we'll deal with that. But the ultimate objective here is to make the right decision. I've said it many times before, the relocations are painful. And you want to be intelligent, you want to be thorough, and you want to make sure that we do it with a great deal of sensitivity. We want to make sure that we're doing what's in the best long-term interest of the NFL. So we will see on timing. We have been working over the last couple of months analyzing this, but now we have more information, and we'll have to get more information to go forward. The second part of your question, just so I'm clear, the reporter was from San Diego. San Diego, listen, I made this clear before. We're disappointed to have to leave San Diego. We couldn't get a stadium done. As you know, we had a referendum just last November that did not pass by the voters, and I think for any team to relocate to San Diego at this point in time, we're going to have to find a solution to that stadium problem, one that we couldn't do after probably 15 years of effort. That doesn't mean it can't happen in the future. In fact, there's a history of markets that get these projects done once a team leaves. That's unfortunate because I think it's a painful way to do it, but this is something that we obviously would work toward when we're moving forward at this point. And So basically, he did not say, oh, by the way, here's the other one regarding uh, the league's values in gambling. You recently said on a national radio show that if the Raiders move, notice I don't say Oakland Raiders, say Oakland Raiders. I'll say Oakland Raiders. If the Oakland Raiders move was approved by owners, you would not compromise any of the league's values. Were you referencing gambling? And would you or the ownership be opposed to a casino having partial or full ownership either in a team or stadium? Goodell. We've always said we are going to maintain the integrity of our game by making sure there is a separation between sports, gambling, and the NFL. That's something we think is imperative for us. We want our fans to know the game they are seeing unfold on the field does not have any undue influence. We recognize gambling occurs out in marketplaces. I said that in the first answer. But this is something, from our standpoint, we have rules that are in place. The Raiders have not asked us to compromise those rules as it relates to our policies. We will continue to have that separation going forward. I don't see an ownership position for a team from a casino. That is not something consistent with our policies. Not a stadium either. Which means that even if the Adelson deal went through, because of Adelson's take in the revenues, which the Raiders actually hit out of their proposal, which pissed off Adelson, okay? It would have been a DOA, dead on arrival. That's it. Nothing. Okay? So that puts Mark Davis in a real bind from an NFL position. Roger Goodell has just said to him, hey, look, you may be out there trying to find another organization to help you with financing in Las Vegas, but it can't be a casino. And the casino can't be involved in the stadium either. So that closes out a baby Sheldon Adelson deal, you know? Can't do that. The other consideration is that, frankly speaking, Nevada doesn't have corporations large enough to want to take on that largesse so easily as Sheldon Adelson did. Las Vegas Sands is the largest employer in Nevada. Las Vegas Sands is the largest employer in Nevada. That should be enough said right there. So, the bottom line is this. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Maybe the NFL hasn't said it yet, but I'll say it for the league. The Raiders to Las Vegas deal is dead. Sadly, there was no one from Oakland at the press conference held by NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell to ask about Oakland. And in my case, I did apply for media credential, but somehow the National Football League managed to misplace it. Yeah, I'm not kidding. I filled out the application on NFLcommunications.com back the 14th of November at the behest of a fellow Kevin at the Houston Super Bowl host committee. And it sat there in stasis, my application, unreviewed or held for review. You know what they were doing. And then I waited and trusted the system and followed up, and they said, oh, well, we didn't get your application. Wait a minute, I filled it out. Here's the email where I responded to Kevin's request to fill out the application, said that I was filling it out. What's going on? Well, we don't have it and it's too late and you can't apply for one now because it's too late, which I already knew that. That's not what I was trying to do, right? So that's what happened. And I thought, okay, maybe it was, giving the league the benefit of the doubt. Maybe my Safari browser wasn't playing nice with NFL.com, the NFL media website, maybe something like that. So next time I'll just use Firefox. Let's see if that works. Anyway, the bottom line is no one defended Oakland at the press conference. Defend Oakland. Oakland matters. Remember that. Stay tuned.